one would have thought that the evening, which only seemed to end as an ordinary shooting day, would become the most electrifying moment for ARMY around the world. It all started when the last camera was turned off and the studio lights slowly dimmed, marking the completion of the recording schedule. On the surface, everything looked normal. The staff packed up, the crew laid out the equipment, and the BTS members began to leave the location one by one. But behind it, something much more profound happened. Something that was not recorded in the official schedule. Something that could only be witnessed by the eyes of those present in person. That night was not just a joke, but a secret conversation that revealed the most personal side of Jungkook and Taehyung. According to several witnesses who were close to the scene, the moment occurred a few minutes after the camera stopped recording. Jungkook is seen sitting in one corner of the studio, head down, blank but concentrated, while Taehyung sits next to him, seemingly relaxed, but his expression difficult to interpret. There are no microphones, no cameras, and no one but the two idols and some unobtrusive staff. However, what happened then was enough to dazzle everyone who saw it. Jungkook started the conversation with a soft but clear tone, which seemed to be aimed only at Taehyung. Witnesses claimed to hear snippets of the words, although the conversations mostly took place in private and in whispers. I don't know what to say without you, Jungkook said, his voice almost breaking, signaling the depth of his emotions. Taehyung replied with a small smile, patting Jungkook on the shoulder once. A simple but meaningful gesture. There was no laughter, no joking, only sincerity emanating from their interaction, but a staff member who happened to be nearby said that this was no ordinary interaction between best friends or group members. I could feel there was something deeper, something that only the two of them understood, the witness said. Their gestures, the way they look at each other, everything indicates an emotional closeness that is rarely seen. Even when Jungkook tried to cover up his tension with a small smile, the staff said that his eyes could not lie. There was sincerity and vulnerability clearly visible. The conversation lasted for almost 30 minutes. Jungkook speaks slowly, expressing his worries, dependencies, and fears about things he has only kept to himself. Taehyung listened quietly, occasionally responding with a single word or small gesture, a gesture of understanding, not just an answer. Another witness added that at some moments, Jungkook was seen holding back tears, while Taehyung looked at him with gentle eyes, giving peace without having to say long words. This moment sparked tremendous speculation among the ARMY. Many fans questioned whether Jungkook's light-hearted words, just kidding, were actually hiding deeper feelings. Some consider this a veiled confession deliberately covered with humor so as not to look serious in front of the camera. Others believe that this interaction shows how important Taehyung is to Jungkook and how the two have an emotional connection that cannot be explained in ordinary words at In addition. Some witnesses said that Taehyung seemed very calm throughout the conversation, but his gestures showed deep concern and empathy. He patted Jungkook on the shoulder, occasionally looked into his eyes, and even nodded several times as if to say, "I understand." That little gesture is enough to show that Taehyung feels what Jungkook feels without having to explain further. An camera recorded this moment, and no one knows for sure what their full words were. But a short video leaked hours later showed the two idols leaving the studio together, walking slowly, with no dramatic interactions for the public, just small smiles and calm gestures. This is enough to make the ARMY around the world speculate for days. Is this an exaggerated joke, or is it an honest moment deliberately hidden from the public? Social media exploded instantly. Hashtags related to this moment are trending on various platforms, with millions of fans discussing every second of the leaked video. The forums are filled with theories and analyses of gestures, gazes, and small interactions that seem trivial but have profound meaning. Many argue that this is not just about jokes, but about emotional openness that is rarely seen in the always controlled world of entertainment. Some fans even compared this moment to previous interactions between Jungkook and Taehyung, finding small patterns that suggest that their closeness is not just an ordinary friendship. Gestures, gazes, and small words that might have been taken for granted are now seen as evidence of a deep and sincere emotional connection. But a social behavior expert said that this kind of interaction is rare in public, especially for two global stars with busy schedules and constant media spotlight. What they showed that night was a very powerful form of nonverbal communication. Even if words sound light, their actions and gestures speak more, the experts said. The world is also curious. ARMY wondered if this was a strategy to increase engagement, if this was a deliberately leaked moment, or if it was purely spontaneous and sincere. Obviously, that night was not just a joke. It was a real slice of Jungkook and Taehyung's relationship, a complicated, emotional, and very human one. Since that night, the ARMY has not stopped discussing it. They review each piece of video, write lengthy analysis on the forums, and make their own theories about the closeness of the two idols. Many feel connected to this moment, as it shows a rarely seen human side of the global idol. At the end of the evening, one thing is clear. Light words or jokes in front of the camera are just a surface. What happens after the cameras go off, the conversations, gestures, and intimacy captured by some witnesses, is clear evidence that Jungkook and Taehyung's relationship is deeper than it seems. ARMY now faces an emotional dilemma. Is this a joke or a hidden reality? But one thing is certain. The world will never stop talking about this moment because it shows the human, emotional, and sincere side of two global stars who have always looked perfect in the eyes of the public. The evening became even warmer as the staff who watched from a distance told other details that were no less surprising. Jungkook, after saying what appeared to be a joke, turned to Taehyung several times, as if seeking confirmation or simply hoping that Taehyung understood his true intentions. Every little movement, touching his own face, taking a deep breath, or briefly lowering his head is caught by an alert eye. These simple things led to widespread speculation. Was Jungkook really just joking, or was there some emotion he was hiding behind those light words? Taehyung, on the other hand, showed incredible patience and attention. He did not laugh at Jungkook's words, did not look at him with a cold or indifferent look, but responded with a warm and gentle gesture. A small shoulder pat, a faint smile, and a look that seemed to convey, "I see." All of that was enough to make anyone watching feel the depth of their bond. There are no long dialogues, no dramatic words, only pure communication that arises from understanding and familiarity that has been built up over the years. Several witnesses added that during the conversation, Jungkook was seen holding back his emotions several times, even almost shedding tears, while Taehyung remained calm, providing a sense of security only through his presence. This moment lasted almost half an hour, long enough to make the watching staff feel touched. Each interaction seemed very natural, not for the public, not for the camera, but completely private. This is proof that their relationship is more than just friendship or casual familiarity. As the short leaked video began to circulate, ARMY began to dissect every detail: hand gestures, gazes, small smiles, and pauses between words. Speculation mounted. Some fans believe Jungkook conveyed deeper feelings through words wrapped in jokes. Others judged that this was proof that Taehyung fully understood Jungkook's feelings even without a verbal explanation. Social media is bursting with theory and in-depth analysis. Forums are filled with discussions about the meaning behind their every gesture. Not only fans, social behavior experts also provide views. They judge that this interaction is a powerful form of nonverbal communication. What they show that night is deeper than words. Their gestures, gazes, and presence communicate an emotional bond that is rarely seen in the entertainment world, says an expert. This statement further reinforces the impression that the moment is not just a joke, but a sincere,